Hey guys, episode 75 is here with Talyn Duncan. Had a very good podcast. A lot of it was about fitness and just his life and nutrition. And we talked about music. He's got beats online. He's selling them. This guy produces some pretty awesome beats at talyn195.beatstars.com. I'll drop a link at the bottom, the description, but it's TALYN 195.beatstars.com. And yeah, you can check out the music, if you're trying to rap, drop some songs. You can use these beats, He's leasing them out. They got prices and everything. This website's super official. And you can listen to all the beats too, and they're super dope. I'm even going to play one for the intro called Show You. But anyway, yeah, it was a great podcast. As always, the sponsors are Spitefully Spicy. Go to Instagram.com/Spitefully Spicy for these sauces made by Colin Robinson. Very funny local comedian. And he makes great salsa. Mango habanero, blueberry ghost pepper, strawberry reaper. Ton of flavors. They're all good. I got them in my fridge right now. So hit that guy up. Send him a DM. Selling sauces. And then dragster tubes. Go to dragstertubes.com. Telescopic paparosa tubes. They're pre-rolled tubes, so you can just, stuff the tobacco in there. Or you can use it like a straw. It's practical protective mechanism. Telescopic paparosa tubes. 2 ways of stuffing, style, and satisfaction throughout the process. And I'll drop a link to both of those at the bottom. And guys, this was a very fun episode to record. It was a great time, and I'm recording with Levi Holy Jeans tomorrow. So I'm dropping 2 podcasts this week. Hope you enjoy them. Thank you for listening. This song is called Show You by Ceaseless Productions. Yeah, welcome to the podcast. I just started. We are live.
What up, what up?
How's it going? I'm here with Talyn Duncan. He's returning. Man's about to get married. How's it going?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Starting to prep for the wedding. We actually were just, right before I came here, we were moving a bunch of her stuff back to my house.
Oh.
So we're in the middle of, actually accumulating everything.
Nice.
And it's nuts, because that woman has a lot of stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how women do it. So she's moving in the day you get married?
Yeah, we're going to try and do it the traditional way, to where we come back from the honeymoon, we're right there together,
Nice.
But so we got double furniture. I swear we have enough kitchenware to fill and fully function at least 4 kitchens.
Wow.
We've got so many plates.
So what's on your
pots.
wedding registry? More
Funny enough, it was it was a bunch of wedding stuff, yeah, or a bunch of kitchen stuff. And so my brother, he was living with me. He's about to move out, and so I was like, bro, just take whatever you need for real.
Nice.
I don't need all this stuff. So ended up being beneficial in his favor. So it's pretty good.
That's awesome. So you guys made the decision not to move in together before getting married?
Yeah,
it's a good decision.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it.
Like I said, just the traditional way.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
How long have y'all been together?
As of March 17th, it was 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. So we hit it off pretty quick.
That's cool. I mean, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I heard people my parents say that, my grandparents said that, you know. I was like, all right, whatever. And then up until I met her, I was like, I don't think I know. And then I met her, I was like, oh crap, this is what they were talking about. So,
that's awesome.
yeah. it's been fun, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she was my best friend before we like even started dating.
Mm-hmm.
So it just like it flowed nice and easy.
And y'all used to work together right at Palace?
Yeah, and
That's
that was
awesome.
really awkward for a little bit too, because like we like we're super good friends and we were hanging out all the time, and then all of a sudden we were like, oh crap, I think I like this person, and I didn't know the same thing was happening for her,
Oh.
and she was thinking the same thing. And so like there's this weird awkward tension
Yeah.
while we're back there like slinging espresso and everything, and then one day we're like, yeah, you want to just like date?
That's funny. Does she still work there?
No, she doesn't. So she's actually pursuing her master's degree
Ooh.
in different forms of counseling. So right now she's working at BSA for case management, and so she takes care of like all sorts of different case orders and a bunch of stuff that she can't like release to me since it's private information between her and the person that she's dealing with.
That's legit.
But yeah, she's really good at it.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of the best listeners I've ever met, and so makes
That's
for
important.
one hell of a counselor.
Huh.
Yeah.
Definitely. Got the jackpot, as they say.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, but last time you were on the podcast, I think she was in a coffee competition.
Yeah,
How'd she end up doing on that one?
she did pretty good. She didn't make it to the finals or whatever. So like this was like a qualifying round to go to regional, and she didn't make it. But the people who were judging, they were like, "Yo, if you'll just like tighten down on these little things, like you would be one hell of a barista. Like you could
Nice.
go to competitions and win." And so there was a really famous barista who came in actually, and she was like had won multiple competitions or whatever. Came up and complimented her. She was like, "Yo, like you
That's
did
always great.
amazing." Yeah, and so it was a really big like confidence boost for her.
Nice.
But you know, coffee really isn't a career unless you own a shop. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair
And we're
to
both
say.
broke, and so she was like, I guess it's time to get out of coffee and start pursuing like what I actually want to do in my career. And so that's what we both did.
That's
recently.
good. That's
Yeah.
what you got to do, man.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to do. I was gonna ask. I mean, I wasn't even planning on asking this, but did you have like a really like creative proposal?
Yeah. So I mean, since we both worked at Palace and like all of our friend group was out there, and like that's where we met up with just about everyone in our community. It's got that back room, I like invited all of our friends and family, and they all hid back there in the back room.
Nice.
And then she came walking up, and I had different chalkboards like on the posts. If you're walking down like past Imperial Tap Room all the way down to Palace, and it was just like love letters all the way down. And then at the end, I was sitting down there with her golden retriever, and I had him on a leash, and we're both just sitting there. And the last chalkboard said, "Will you marry me?"
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. And then went back, and there was a surprise party waiting for her. We had a bunch of food and like all our friends and family, like I said. So
Dang.
it was awesome. She started
perfect.
crying, and like so.
Congrats,
Tears
man.
usually mean that it's a good proposal,
Yeah.
So.
Were you nervous at all that she might just be like, no, I'm not ready?
No, I was pretty confident in it.
Wrong on like social media. Sometimes I'm just like, I feel so
like,
bad.
oh, dude, I'm sorry. Shot down. Yeah.
That's got to be the worst feeling.
No, I was pretty confident about it.
Nice.
So,
It's exciting.
yeah.
So yeah, your wedding's in 7 days.
7 days.
That's exciting. So you're doing you're slimming down, trying to fit in a tux, or because I saw you post something on Instagram about trying to
Trying to get
cut.
honeymoon ready.
Honeymoon ready.
Honeymoon ready. I don't really care about the tux, as long as
Yeah.
I'm looking good in Mexico with my new wife, No, so originally she and I were talking, and this is just while we were engaged, and she was like, "Hey, what if we both like tried to slim down and get physique ready for a competition?" And she was like, "You should do it." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I started taking it more seriously. And initially I was like, yeah, I just want to look good for the honeymoon. But then as I started doing intermittent fasting and I saw the different changes that were happening, I was like, oh crap.
Nice.
Like I could actually, if I stuck to this long enough, I feel like I could actually do pretty well. And so she's doing intermittent fasting too. And it has like, it's freaking awesome, bro. She's lost like 4 or 5 pounds of
Really?
just body fat.
Wow.
And put on like 2 or 3 pounds of muscle in just the past month.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
y'all are both already like slim humans.
Yeah, we're both like it makes it easier for like trying to get definition and everything. But her deal is she was a decathlete. Like she was not a whole lot of people know this, but while she was at WT, she was fixing to start training to be a decathlete and training for the Olympics, and that was like her dream.
What's a decathlete exactly?
So
Because I'm uncultured.
I am too. If I'm not gonna lie. And so like, I'm pretty sure that's where you do 10 different meets.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I may be wrong with that. You might get some comments on the podcast.
Is it like 10 different types of? 10,
Again, I have no idea.
Like 10 events in one meet.
We'll ask the listeners
Because I've heard of decathlons.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nobody listening to me does decathlons. It's all good. They're all losers. Let's be honest.
Oh man.
I'm just playing.
But she was doing that and she broke her back.
Damn.
Yeah, she was like jumping. So you know how they have the it's basically like a bunk bed in the dorms, you know. So it's like a desk at the bottom and then the bed's at the top. She was jumping off of it, and whenever she hit the ground, she heard a pop, and her legs just went out from underneath her.
Those are some tall beds too.
Yeah. But so they didn't really tell her like what happened, but apparently there's those little pieces of the bone that come off of your vertebrae. She broke all of them.
What?
No joke, bro.
Oh my goodness.
All of them.
Was she like overtraining and then just a freak accident?
That's what she told me. Yeah. Like she didn't know either. She was like, "Man, my back was tight the couple weeks leading up to that. Maybe I just wasn't stretching enough." And so
that's intense.
Yeah. But all that to say, so she's a track star. Like she loves cardio, and I hate cardio.
Same.
But I love like weight training, and she's just now starting to get comfortable with weight training, so that we could both start training for a competition.
It's like the yin and the yang.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it was a crazy story. She told me that, and I was like, "What?" She like had to learn how to walk again. She was bedridden for like 6 or 7 weeks.
Jeez. How do you? I guess you just have to lay down and wait for it to heal.
You just lay down.
There's no type of like brace or anything.
I'm not sure if she wore a brace or not.
That's scary.
I do know that she just had to lay down and she couldn't move. She had to like
Damn.
sleep sitting up.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate when I hurt my back. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you hurt your arm, you can just not use your arm.
Yeah, but if you hurt your back, you're kind of screwed.
You have to use your back for literally everything.
Yeah.
Can't even tie my shoes today.
Can't sit down. Can't stand up. Yeah, it's the worst. You're stuck.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. So, anyways, now she's good.
Good to hear. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Intermittent fasting. Do you do eat in an 8-hour window? Fast the rest?
Yeah,
okay.
I got an 8-hour feeding window and then 16 off. And so that's been proven to be the best for me.
Yeah.
Just because like I can nom on some carbs and protein in that 8 hours, and what I've been trying to do is like I'll calculate macros, and I want to try and get however many grams of protein within that 8 hours, however many grams of carbs, But there was a guy that I actually did a study with, and he was like, "Man, I was trying to do like physique competition as well, and what he would do is he would do like one day of really intense carbs and protein, and then the next day he would do like a conditioning, and so he would do like high intensity interval training, kind of like CrossFit, but it would just be like he would only be running off of protein and fats.
Okay.
So his body's like starting to burn off the fat that he's got on him.
So he'd do like no carb one day a week or something like that?
Yeah, so he'd alternate it. So it'd be like, let's just like make up a schedule real quick. So let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he's doing his weight training. Okay. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, he's doing conditioning. And all conditioning is like, it's just another word for cardio.
Yeah.
And so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, he would load up on carbs and protein, because you need carbs in order to have quick energy to perform those heavy lifts, But on the days that he's doing his cardio, he'd only be running off of protein and fats. So it's like avocados, almonds, pistachios, whatever.
Okay.
That with like just a bunch of protein. And so he got show ready in like 2 months.
Wow.
And it showed a before and after picture, and the dude was just like shredded to the bone. And I was like, oh, crap, bro. Like, that's awesome.
So the carbs help with the, lifting weights, like pushing things.
Yeah. So,
but not as much with the cardio?
Not as much with cardio.
Okay.
Carbs are used for quick energy. So your body runs off of an energy source called adenosine triphosphate. And that's used for like quick intervals, right? So you can burn through your reservoir of adenosine triphosphate in about 60 seconds. Okay. So let's say you're doing bench press, set of 12, pretty heavy. That's considered like a hypertrophy block between reps of 8 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hypertrophy block. So let's say you're doing 10 or 12 reps. You're going to rep that out in about 45 seconds tops,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's not going to take you a whole lot of time, but your carbs are breaking down into glycogen to fuel your ATP in order to push that, right?
Beautiful.
So that's kind of the cycle that it goes through. If you don't have any carbs, your body's going to turn to fats. Okay. The only thing is fats are not as readily accessible as carbohydrates. And so it takes a little bit longer for them to activate.
And it doesn't even matter if, like, say you were doing, like, if you were doing like a keto diet for like 2 months, it'd still be harder to access.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't get easier.
Yeah. I don't recommend keto for people who are doing any type of weightlifting.
Makes sense.
I mean, you can, and you might see some pretty good results, but I've found that in my practice that carbs have been my best friend whenever it comes to weight training. You know, especially on heavy compound days like deadlift or squat. You know, if I'm running in there just off of egg whites and avocados, like my workout is just ass. It's
so you can feel a difference.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like I think I feel better like working out when I'm in a fasted state. And
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, it just feels good. But also if I take any type of pre-workout, my stomach hurts. So
Really?
if I take any pre-workout, I eat a little bit of something.
Gotcha. Yeah, I usually don't take pre-workout on an empty stomach. That's just kind of, it's messed with me in the past.
Yeah, it's made me a little nauseous.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there like trying to do a squat and I'm feeling like I'm about to projectile vomit all over the mirrors.
That's interesting. But is it a certain type of carbs? Because I know like potatoes are great and everything like that. Or is it like I can eat a bunch of pizza and stay on my macros? Or how does that work?
The beautiful thing about intermittent fasting is that I haven't had to really hone in on what carbs I'm using. You know,
Nice.
Like Jordan and I will eat some pasta or some pizza or
So,
something like that.
No type of like counting macros or calorie restriction?
Not really calorie restriction. I am trying to hit macros. So if a pizza falls within my macros and I know that it'll benefit the workout that I'm about to do, I'll go ahead and indulge. You know, it doesn't bother me, because I'm still getting that 16-hour fast, and that's where it's releasing all types of great hormones to build muscle, trim off fat, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And the awesome thing about the study that I was doing, the guy who was talking was like, hey, think about it this way. So if our ancestors were nomadic people, right, living out in the wilderness, they didn't have like a Burger King or a McDonald's right down the street. What they would do is they would inevitably have to fast because they were hunters and gatherers. You know, so most of their like daily substance might come from berries or nuts or anything that they find like that. But then as soon as they like kill a buffalo or a wildebeest or something like that, I don't know, something crazy, they're just devouring that thing.
Yeah.
So they're getting like hundreds of grams of protein.
Like wolves.
Yeah. They're getting like hundreds of grams of protein in one sitting. And so all these scientists were saying, oh, you can only, you know, process however many grams of protein in an hour. You know, but what about our ancestors who ate, you know, 200, 300 grams of protein in one sitting? So you're just going to tell me that they only held on to like 40 grams of that and then just pooped out the rest? Like, I don't think that to my knowledge, I don't think that the human body works like that. And so if we can start to tap into like our natural dieting habits,
I feel that.
I feel like it'll actually benefit our long-term health.
Do you think it's unhealthy to eat? I mean, obviously too much of anything's bad, but I feel like they're kind of like demonizing protein and saying like, oh, if you eat too much protein, you're going to ruin your kidneys or liver or some.
I think it's a bunch of crap.
Like I do too. See,
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Because if you think about the general population, their protein is coming from. So it's mainly coming from egg whites or chicken. You know, and so a lot of the chicken that you get is processed. You know, and I can't really speak for eggs. You know, there's that study that came out from News Channel 10 that said like 3 or more eggs in one sitting can cause like heart disease or whatever, which I think is crap.
Yeah, complete garbage.
Yeah, and so I don't know why they're trying to demonize protein, but I do know that the health industry is like on the rise. Bodybuilding is on the rise. Health and wellness is on the rise.
I've seen that.
You know, all of that is starting. That industry is starting to grow, And honestly, like a huge chunk of it is coming from the Obama administration. I don't know if you knew that.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle
I
Obama.
know she
Yeah.
was big on I don't know, school lunches, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. She was really big on all that kind of stuff. And so she had a bunch of different programs. I'm not really exactly familiar with like what she implemented that really affected it, but even besides that, social media, people want to look good on their feeds.
Absolutely.
They want to look good on their Instagram, on their Facebook, whenever they're posting selfies.
That's the thing.
You
Like
know?
Instagram, Instagram's one of my favorite social media right now.
Yeah.
Because if you go and like fitness pages, it just suggests a ton of more fitness, and you're just like, that's almost my whole feed is like comedy and fitness.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the perfect feed right there.
It is.
Back to your question, I have no idea whether they're trying to demonize protein. That's a really stupid thing to me, you know, because that's a necessity to daily life.
Well, I think it's partly part of the whole vegetarian vegan movement.
You think so?
I think a little bit. I think it's kind of bleeding into it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, for his murder.
Peter getting pissed off. Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of conspiracies that could come with that.
Yeah,
you know, we could go into big pharma after that, and then
that's scary.
Yeah,
scary stuff. But yeah, no, there's definitely a movement to be more healthy. I see that for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a matter of time. I mean, McDonald's probably won't go out of business, but I feel like their sales are going to go down. I don't know anyone who still eats McDonald's, really, unless you're in high school.
no doubt. I will occasionally treat myself to a McChicken.
Nice. Oh, I do
That's
miss
about
those.
as far as I can go.
Miss those.
I won't do a McDouble or anything anymore. Back whenever I was welding, that was like my go-to. That was my bread and butter. Was just like 4 McDoubles. Just down them, go back into the shop and keep welding.
You're right. I'm probably wrong. Sales aren't hurting. I still go to Taco Bell sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
lying.
Taco Bell's actually pretty healthy.
Is it?
Yeah,
I saw someone say that they technically can't call their meat or something like that, or they just changed it to where they have to. I don't know, some weird rule where it's like someone was like, oh, it's like dog food or something. I don't know.
What?
I think it was just some bullshit, but
Some dog food.
like they were saying like their beef is like barely beef, but I don't know if there's any truth to it. It tastes good to me, especially at 2 a.m.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I was reading, they have a dietitian who works on their staff, who's like really high up in the corporate chain, who's been making changes to the menu to make it more healthy.
Yeah, they have a little like cantina bowl thing. I think it's what it's called. There's some type of bowl, but it's good. I've had it a couple times.
Dude, my go-to is a quesarito.
Quesarito.
Oh, bro, it's so freaking good.
I always get the dollar menu, the potato soft taco. I think is what it's called. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
And the beefy 5-layer burrito.
Yes,
Those are my go-tos.
Both classics. I like them. I like them. Yeah, I was reading one day because Jordan and I love Taco Bell, and plus it's right there next to the gym.
Oh yeah.
So if we're ever like starving and I've already downed a protein shake, I'm like, babe, let's just stop by this Taco Bell real quick. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, F, dude, how healthy are they? And I just typed it into Google, and apparently, yeah, they have a dietitian who's like making a ton of changes to their menu, and making it like it's been ranked like second or third healthiest fast food chain.
Wow.
Yeah,
Second or third. I did not expect that.
no lie. Yeah, and so that made me feel a little bit better about downing a couple quesaritos.
Nice.
So, but yeah,
That's exciting. So yeah, you do a 8-hour window. Just what's your daily protein?
my go-to is egg whites.
But
Just
what's
'cause-
how many grams a day?
It varies.
Okay.
Depends. So I'm not the type who just measured out his food, measure out his grams of protein or whatever. I know that in 3 tablespoons of egg whites, you get 5 grams of protein, but I'm making like big ass omelets with them. You
Yeah.
know? So I'm guessing there's about somewhere between 150, 175 grams of protein daily.
Nice.
From that plus my post-workout shake. And that's not including my meal that I have, afterwards. Because usually with intermittent fasting, I only eat like 2 meals.
Yeah.
But they're both pretty hefty meals.
I've found doing fasting has kept me from snacking at all. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
2
And if
good
I
meals.
snack, it's like on pistachios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something simple like nuts.
Yeah.
I did 1 meal a day for like probably 3 weeks. And I liked it a lot because
Did you really?
I
Ooh.
did. because it's like I trained myself, or I untrained myself to where I was like, you're not actually hungry, you know.
Yeah.
You just think you should eat because of what time it is.
Right.
So it was fun to do for a little bit, but it's not. I can't do it consistently.
Yeah. It's hard to run off of that. I think that's called a warrior fast. That's what it's classified as. I'm not sure. There was a guy who would, that same guy that I was telling you about, who did his windows or whatever, his different scheduling. So he'd fast through Saturday, and then Sunday he wouldn't eat at all.
Wow.
Like if he got unbearably hungry, he'd maybe have an apple.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just for like the quick carbs and the sugars and everything. But he said that like 4 or 5 weeks out, that's what he started doing for his show, just to help like really drop off whatever bit of fat that he had.
Wow. There was an extremely obese man who didn't eat for like months, and he didn't die. He just lost a lot of weight. I guess he just drank water.
Oof.
But that was crazy.
So his body's just running off of
fat. Just running off all his fat.
Golly.
Life is crazy.
That would suck. How miserable must he have been for months like that, bro? Oof.
Yeah, it's got to be terrible. What type of protein do you drink in your shake?
Bro, I love Redcon 1. They have MREs. I don't know if you heard of these. It's basically like a meal in a shake. You know, it's a meal replacement. But they have this kind that's called I think it's flavored like a blueberry cobbler.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Bro, it tastes just like a blueberry muffin that you grind up and just put some milk in it.
That's awesome. Do the meal replacement shakes ever fill you up?
No.
That's my struggle.
No, they never do.
Because I was doing two Herbalife shakes a day, and I think the point is like that's supposed to replace your lunch or something. But
right.
I would just drink it and then I'd eat lunch. So, I mean, I was getting good vitamins, I guess. You know.
Yeah. See, I'm not very familiar about Herbalife. I know that it's like it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love it.
Tastes good.
Really?
Yeah. There's a ton of shops just around Amarillo.
Really?
It's probably like 15 here. I know there's one in Canyon.
Yeah, that Tony.
It's by that barber. If that barber shop's still there.
Yeah.
It's right over there.
Yeah, Tony runs that one. I can't say his last name. Like, no offense, I'm just not Chinese, and I don't know how he says his last name.
Jung.
Jung?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I have no idea. I don't know who Tony is.
This is totally going to follow you. I was like, I'm pretty sure it starts with a B, but I mean, yeah, he's a super nice guy. I went in there one time, and this is my only experience, and this is like no offense to anybody who does Herbalife. It was just incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
And then I drank the shake, and I was like, I'm still hungry. Like the same kind of deal, you know?
It's $8 for a tea and a shake.
I was like, what the heck, man?
That's a high price.
Yeah. But I can go to Jiggleberry here in Amarillo. That's right there by Crunch.
Yeah.
Or no, right there by Planet
By
Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Is it not a yogurt place?
I don't think it's yogurt.
Oh, I didn't know what it was.
I don't know if they have yogurt.
I thought it might have been at like a gay club or something.
Is it? It sounds kind of like the Jiggleberry Club. You know, they have a drink called the Thor. It's like banana, peanut butter, some other like really high protein powder that they throw in there. I think it's just like a vanilla protein and then a couple other ingredients. Bro, it is so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I might need to check it out.
I might have to go get one after this before I go into my workout. It's so good.
What's your workout today? Do you still do the like set days for set
Yeah, so right
body
now
parts, muscle groups?
I call it the bro lifting, just because like.
How much hair gel do you need to bro lift?
How much what?
How much hair gel?
Oh, you need at least like 3 quarts. And you don't just put it on just your hair. You lather it on like a lotion. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes sense.
You go full Guido.
Wear sunglasses.
Yeah. Inside the gym. No, so what I've been trying to do actually is I met up with this guy, Casey. Shouts out to Casey. Follow him on Instagram, Casey Doom Lifts.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He's a friend of a friend, so I don't know him, but I've met him before.
The dude's incredibly strong.
I see him. He's Laura Ness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she goes to Old School Iron.
He's always on her Instagram story.
Yeah. They're good friends. I got to meet Laura, a bunch of their lifting crew that's over there.
That
at
dude's
Old Squad.
chest is massive.
The man himself is massive. That I've seen him deadlift like 512 pounds for sets of 10. Wow. It was like either sets of 10 or 8. And I was like, good God, my man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. A big old dude, but one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And he's just like, he's shredded, but he's sticking predominantly just to powerlifting, push, pull, splits. And then with a like a squat leg day, but he doesn't do any type of aesthetic training, right? So he's not doing leg extensions. He's not doing lunges, The man's just focusing on his 3 major lifts. He might do like some lateral raises for his shoulders.
And what are the 3 major lifts? Deadlift and what else?
Deadlift, squat, and bench. And so, number one, he's gotten like hella strong, but also he's got like a pretty damn good physique going to him, And so I was like, that kind of challenged my thinking about bodybuilding. I was like, well, this guy, has hardly any fat on him, but he's focusing on 3 lifts,
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, because anytime I do bench press, like I'm working chest and triceps, trying to get the chisel, everything, and this guy's got it all, but he's only doing bench,
I try to do that 1 full body day a week, and it's squat, deadlift, and bench.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
You walk away just in a comatose, just dead, just dead. Oh, yeah. So what I'm trying to do now, so whenever you get further and further into bodybuilding, you start, and Arnold said it best. He was like, you become a sculptor. You want to put mass on the shoulders. You want to take mass off of, the triceps, make them all symmetrical, all that kind of stuff. And so,
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. It becomes really intense, and it's a lot easier to do whenever you start getting like below 10% on body fat.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, just because you can really see all the definition and everything. And so I'm sitting at like 13% right now, and so it's getting to that point where I can start crafting a little bit more. But I'll go in one day mainly just focus on shoulders
Nice.
And traps. And so that's what I'm doing today. This week, it was Monday. It was back and biceps. I love back and bicep day. Number one, Jordan's stupid good at it. For whatever reason, she has got a shredded back.
That's
and
awesome.
so she's able to go in there and just kick ass.
Hell yeah.
And so she doesn't require a whole lot of coaching. And so we can both just go in there, get in our zone, and just go, Chest and triceps is a little bit harder for her, just because mainly, not a whole lot of women train chest.
Yeah.
And if they do, it's mainly just to get good definition up there by the collarbone.
Yeah, and it's no offense to women bodybuilders, but like when their chest, when they have like pecs under their breast, that looks weird to me.
It does look weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't like it.
Yeah. That's been like a huge point of conversation with women's bodybuilding. Actually, so they took women's, was it physique? No, I think it was just women's bodybuilding. They took it out of the Olympia competition.
Oh wow!
They were like, these women are losing femininity. Like they're no longer feminine. They're becoming like this weird, and no offense to transgender, but it was like this weird cross gender thing. Where you talk to them and
you can't say weird.
Sorry,
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
Sorry. It's strange because you see this woman and she's fully clothed, and she's like, you can tell that she has like chiseled cheekbones and everything.
Yeah.
But she's still feminine. But then as soon as she goes out on a stage, it's like, dear God, I can hardly.
Yeah, the Adam's apple pops out.
Yeah, it's like I can hardly distinguish you from the other guy that was just up here.
There's a bulge growing.
Yeah. I was like, what is happening? But the Iris Kyle, I don't know if you know who that is.
I haven't, no.
You need to check her out. She's one of the...
Famous bodybuilder?
A famous female bodybuilder. And she's got a physique. Like, if you can admire physique, you're going to see her and be like, holy shit, that's incredible. But she's lost every bit of, like, feminine figure and features, especially in her face.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, and
I'm not sure if that's a testament to steroids, steroid usage, or if that's just, like, what happens whenever women
that's what I was about to
go
ask.
that far.
Because, maybe it's just from that type of like lift, that type of workout, it just kind of
I'm not sure because I know
shapes you that way.
I've seen female power lifters who are going out there lifting heavier weight than she is, who are still feminine. You know,
Yeah, that's true. I know some women with some big ass shoulders.
Yeah.
But they're still very feminine.
Yeah.
So
I think it comes down to the hormonal imbalances that come with steroids.
that makes sense.
Just because I don't know what it is about steroids and why it does this, but it creates like more feminine features in men, but more masculine features in women. It like blends the two.
See, I haven't really seen any bad side effects in person of like a guy on steroids. They develop breasts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You develop breasts. Of course, your testes start to shrink because you no longer rely on natural source of testosterone.
That's scary.
You're getting testosterone from these supplements. And so your body starts to recognize, oh, crap, we're getting this from an outside source. We no longer need this natural stuff that we're producing. So let's just cut this natural stuff. There's no need for it.
Yeah, and my balls aren't even that big, so I
Yeah,
can't.
so, I mean,
I don't want to risk
you'd
that.
be screwed, bro.
2 little pebbles in there.
Yeah.
I heard someone say that squatting like helps your testosterone, like squatting heavy.
I firmly believe that.
So yeah, so if I keep squatting for the rest of my life, I'll never get ED. That's my goal.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Just keep it up. I've heard that squatting and deadlifting. Deadlifting is like one of a man's like best exercises that he could ever do.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
And I've been talking, Ben Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always sending me stuff. I forgot the website's called. T something.
T Nation.
Yeah, T Nation.
Yeah.
He's always sending me stuff from there.
Yeah.
And
Ben Wentz is like one of my favorite sources of information.
Nice. Yeah, I've started doing farmers carries because of him.
Yeah.
And those are fun.
Those are fun. And that's a pretty functional exercise too. I mean, you can implement that exercise, the muscle groups that you're using, anytime you carry groceries into the house,
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's like you're training your body to carry that kind of weight. So I mean,
but yeah, deadlifts like hits everything pretty much, right? It's exciting.
yeah. Deadlifts, rack pulls.
The only thing that's hard for me with deadlift is when I put the weight up, I like start losing my grip.
Yeah.
I think I got to get some gloves or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You might get those wrist wraps, wrap around the wrist, and then they wrap around the bar. And so you're not totally relying on grip strength. But Juji Mufu, I don't know if you know who that is.
No, it's a badass name.
Yeah, yeah. He's on Instagram. He became Insta famous, and on YouTube he's got like a bunch of subscribers. But he focuses a lot on grip strength. Right, so he's a bodybuilder, weighs upwards of 220 pounds, right? As do most bodybuilders whenever they're in off season. And he will go to like rock climbing gyms and try and just work on his grip strength so that his
that's a good
deadlift
idea.
will stay stronger,
That's a good idea. Yeah, I was gonna ask because I feel like it'd be better to just naturally get my hands stronger as opposed to using wrist wraps or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Rock climbing, that's cool. No, they have these little things that resemble like rock climbing things at Crunch. It's just 2 of them, and you can do like pull-ups on them.
Yep.
And I've tried it. It's hard as shit.
Dude,
but
it's so hard.
I'll start doing it more.
I feel like the tips of your fingers are about to break off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the worst.
I just found out we had a rock climbing gym like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, a friend of mine told me. He's actually a local comedian and a chef. Shout out to Tyler Valentine. Super talented guy.
What's up, Tyler?
But he was like, yeah, it's been here like 7 years. I was like, no,
dang.
nobody told me. Like, I had no
What's
idea.
it called? Is it?
I want to say it's called Atlas, but I don't want to be wrong. Hold on. I'm going to Google it. I got a laptop
We got
in
an
front of me.
Atlas supplement company and an Atlas rock climbing gym. Sweet.
Rock climbing gym. Look that up, Jamie. Hello.
Yeah, Jamie, where you at, bro?
Oh, apparently it's just called Amarillo Rock Climbing House. I thought it had a name, like a cool one-word name.
No. I don't know. Amarillo Rock Climbing House.
Amarillo Rock Climbing House. Oh, Arch. That's what it is.
Arch.
Not Atlas,
Yeah, I have
Arch.
heard of that then. I've seen all the stickers on people's cars.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered what it was.
Yeah, it's exciting though.
Heck yeah.
Because that's got to be the full body workout, right? That's
Oh,
got to be
dude.
doing a ton of pull-ups.
Have you watched that Netflix special? Oh, what is it called?
127 hours.
No. Shit. No.
It's a hell of a rock climber.
It's called The Dawn Wall.
No.
Bro, you need to watch this special.
Is it about Donald Trump's wall?
No, but I'd watch that special as well. this this special is about El Capitan. Are you familiar with this mountain?
I believe it is. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I was gonna say some bullshit, but
Oh,
go ahead.
it's in California. It's this giant wall, right? It's this natural rock wall.
Like straight vertical.
Yeah, straight vertical.
Nice.
And so a lot of different professional rock climbers, they'll go up and they'll free climb this thing. And basically, they climb up, they hitch a little thing that they can hook to, right? And then they pull up their tent. It's like a portal edge, and they sleep on the side of the wall.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they keep climbing the next day. And so they just pull up all their supplies, their food, their water, whatever. And so they're constantly on this wall. Well, the Dawn Wall is a documentary following this guy who climbs the hardest trace on this entire mountain.
Beast.
So no one has ever done it before. No one has ever climbed the Dawn Wall. And they call it the Dawn Wall because at sunrise, this is the first face of the mountain.
Oh, that
lights up.
Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking
Not Donald.
D-O-N, like Don King, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Only in America.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's incredible. These guys, they only weigh maybe 170, something like that. But they are chiseled.
Dawn Wall. I'm writing it down.
Write it down and watch this stuff, bro.
Dawn
It is
Wall.
intense because there's times. So whenever wind hits a mountain, it doesn't just go around the mountain. Wind shoots up the mountain.
Interesting. I never
And so
thought
there's
about-
a scene whenever they're
about
on
that.
this, they've got their tents and everything that are leaning up against the mountain. The wind's coming up, taking their tent off the wall and slamming them back into it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It
So
was
wait, but
nuts.
it's like the tent's kind of suspended?
Yeah, it's suspended on there. And so
Jeez.
it's taking it and getting in between the wall and the tent, pushing it off, and then, oh shit.
You're good.
And then just slamming them back up against.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's ballsy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So are they sleeping while they're suspended in a tent?
Yeah.
Jeez, I couldn't do that.
No.
That's terrifying.
They've got a safety harness around their waist or whatever, just in case.
And you
know.
said it earlier, free rock climbing. What was the term you used?
Free climbing.
Free climbing.
I think that's the correct term.
Does that mean without a strap thing? Without a harness?
No, they have a harness,
Oh, okay.
but it's they have to climb it in different pitches, right? Mm-hmm. So they'll climb up to a specific pitch, and then they'll tie off there.
And
they're
shoot
up-
up some heroin?
Yeah, shoot up some heroin and roids. It's one hell of a combo. And then they'll tie off there, and so they try and make a certain number of pitches in a day. And so while one guy's climbing, the other guy's doing whatever it's called, where he's holding him. Mm-hmm. So if he loses his footing, the other guy catches him, and he's able to restart and try and get up to that pitch.
And
I'm doing a terrible job at explaining it. You'll just have to watch.
is it pretty high up?
Yeah, I think it's over 1,000 feet.
So it's pretty cold temperatures, I'm assuming, or
Yeah, there was one day whenever they were climbing that there was ice on the ledges.
oh, screw that.
Oh yeah.
That's terrifying.
Dude, you need to watch it. It's incredible.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't even Netflix very often, but I'll turn it on for that.
There you go.
No,
It's well worth it. Yeah, man.
But let's talk about Atlas Supply Co.
Atlas, my supplement brothers. Bro, one of the best companies I've ever been affiliated with.
Are they local from Amarillo?
Yeah.
Nice.
So the owner is actually a firefighter here in Amarillo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just on a firefighters podcast.
We really?
Yeah, it's crazy. They probably know each other.
What was his name?
Dude, it's the Panhandle Primate podcast. I'm gonna invite him on here. Hold on. This is embarrassing. I forgot his name.
Oh no.
We know each other though. That's the thing. I just messaged him yesterday. I'm gonna look him up real quick.
Gotcha. But the firefighter's his name is James Arredondo, and his wife owns Athleisure,
Oh, I've never
which
heard of
is
that
over
either.
there. It's over there at the Wolfland Square, and it's athletic wear, and that's also their storefront for most of their pre-workouts and their BCAAs and everything. So,
Dexter Searly.
I don't think I know Dexter.
But yeah.
Shouts out to Dexter.
He's
though.
got his own podcast. He's killing it.
Nice. Keep it up, brother.
But you said his wife owns what was it?
Athleisure.
Athleisure.
Yeah, and I'm actually shooting a commercial for them tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your videography. See, we
Yeah,
just
dude.
opened up another
There
portal.
we go. There we go.
But
But
how'd you get Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll ask you after.
okay, okay. Were you gonna ask how I got hooked up with Atlas?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chase Christie, shouts out to Chase Christie.
That dude's swole as hell.
Yeah, he is. He was a really close affiliate to Atlas a while ago, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I don't think he is anymore. But I was talking to him one day, and he was like, "Yeah, man, this is my friend James. He owns Atlas. They just started their pre-workout company here in Amarillo." And I was like, "No way, that's dope." So James and I went and got coffee, and he was like, "Hey, man, next time that we need some like athletes on our program, I'll let you know." And so
Nice.
he put out a Instagram ad or whatever. It's like fill out these questions. It's basically like a resume, and then we'll check you out and see if we want you on the team. And they call it the program. And so Jordan and I both applied for the program, and he was like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you on there." And so we've been affiliates for about a few months now.
Nice. And what is exactly as an affiliate?
So basically what it is, we get a discount off of supplements, and our job is to promote the supplement.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how most affiliate programs work.
So it's not like multi-level marketing where it's like, hey, I'm selling this, you should sell it with me, we'll make money type thing.
No, it's not like a pyramid scheme
Okay.
or anything like that. No. There are some companies who do that. I know Herbalife does it,
Yeah,
and
shout
it's
out
not
to Herbalife.
yeah. I wouldn't deem it necessarily as a pyramid scheme, but
But it's shaped like a pyramid.
yeah, it's like that episode of The Office. It's like it's not a pyramid scheme per se, and he draws a triangle on the chalkboard. No, so it's not like that. We get a percentage off of any purchase that we get, and if anybody uses our discount code, they get that same percentage off.
Nice.
And so what we do is we promote that discount code as well as the products that we are using. So I use Atlas pre-workout every day.
Nice.
Like that is the only pre-workout that I use. I used to use Nuclear Armageddon by Total Warfare.
Sounds devastating.
It was intense.
That honestly sounds like a metal band from the 80s.
It really does, right? You feel like you're in a metal band from the 80s whenever you're working out.
Hell yeah.
You got like the hair whips and everything. But I was using that, and I was using, what was the other one? Pump and Grow. Again, from Total Warfare. I was using both of those, and it was great. But the come down off of those was just terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Eventually, you get used to it, but the first couple times I used it, I felt like I was withdrawing.
What is
Yeah.
the substance in that? Cocaine? Or what's going on?
I'll tell you, no lie, no lie. It's called DMMA. DMMA. Yeah, that's what it is. And this substance is actually found in like Adderall.
Oh,
The same
snap.
thing. So
That makes sense.
you feel like you're doing Adderall whenever
'Cause,
you're on
yeah,
this stuff.
I've done Adderall. I did Adderall in college, and that come down is hell.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
It's not as much as in Adderall. Adderall's going to be chock full of it.
Yeah.
It's not as much, but you still feel that kind of residual like sluggishness.
Yeah. Screw that.
Yeah. And so,
No offense to Total Warfare.
yeah, no offense to Total Warfare. Keep killing it. Like I had some mad pumps whenever I was on that stuff, but
Mad pumps, bro.
mad pumps, bro. But I'm also having mad pumps off of Atlas, and it's 5 ingredients.
That's good.
And it's incredible. I feel so good whenever I'm on that, and then whenever I come off, like I just feel normal,
Nice.
like I just drank a cup of coffee,
That's great.
kind of coast through the rest of the day. But yeah, so they have Conviction. Their base flavor is like it's like a blueberry. It's like a raspberry lemonade, blueberry lemonade. I can't remember. But their base flavor is super freaking good. Like you can't go wrong with it. But then we have 2 different seasonal flavors. One of them is apple cider. So bomb, bro. I was kind of nervous about apple cider, and then we released a birthday cake flavor.
The go-to.
Weird. Yeah. It was weird on paper. Whenever I read that, I was like, what the heck? That's going to be weird. But it tastes like icing. So like if you were to just like blend up icing and like in an iced drink, it's
Awesome.
so good.
Where is this located at?
Okay, so it's on Wolfland Square. So over there by, what is that, Baker Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a fitness place right over there that sells like shoes and clothes.
Yeah, what is it called? Get Fit?
Get Fit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about when you said athleisure.
No. Yeah. So they're tucked away over there, and it's by that sushi house.
There's sushi over there?
Yeah.
Dude, I need to go check out that place more. I know there was like a Cajun place that opened up not too long ago. I've been meaning to check that place out too.
Cajun. I don't think I've ever had Cajun food.
It's like I forgot what it's called. It's something Louisiana related. We got them crawdads and
Of
whatnot.
course, yeah. Yeah. It's not authentic Cajun
Shrimp
food
and
unless
grits.
it's got Louisiana in it. But yeah, so we're loving that company. The owners are awesome.
Nice.
The team members are awesome. You know, we kind of have our own little community.
That's cool. I want to go check them out.
Yeah. And so,
Poke around in there.
yeah, Jordan and I, since we both have individual codes right now, like discount codes, and whenever we get married, we're going to push to try and get our same codes like combined so that we can both like try and promote the company more as a team.
That's awesome.
Have like a husband and wife kind of thing. Because what I found over Instagram, if you have a couple's fitness page, people love that shit.
Oh, definitely.
They're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I love this couple. They're so sweet, you know, whatever. And you have no idea what's going on in their personal life.
And
You
also,
just see what they post.
people love YouTube couples, so you and Jordan need to start a vlog.
We need a vlog.
Yeah, vlog immediately after marriage. Let's get that YouTube money.
On our honeymoon, like, yo, just got married. I'll bring it up to her, see what she says. We'll suggest it, see what happens.
Do it.
Yeah. But,
Power of
anyways,
the internet.
yeah.
I mean, you're already doing 73 things. Might as well do 74.
Frick,
You know,
right?
bro?
I'm so spread. Good God. Yeah, that was one thing that I've recognized the past few months is like I need hyper focus on one thing at least just for a season, and so
What's the hyper focus this season?
that's a great question. I'm still trying to figure it out. So, I'm trying to figure out if it's more fitness related or music related. So, hyper focus. Okay, do I focus on building up a bigger clientele, or do I say, okay, this is the clientele that I have for now. I'm good with it. It's paying my bills. It's affording me everything I need. Let's like put every bit of extra energy aside for music, or do I continue to build fitness? You know, so that's kind of my dilemma right now because I'm just so spread.
Yeah.
It's like I can't accomplish anything.
So I'm trying to get into I did the sign up with, is it NASM?
Yeah, NASM.
So I got that yesterday. I'm going to start doing that tonight probably.
There you go.
Do the 10-week program. And yeah, so I mean, do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Like,
I love
okay,
it, man.
Cool. Because I can't sell insurance for the rest of my life.
No,
I'm done with this.
I feel you. You already have a great way with people, and so I mean, if you just build simple, easy relationships with people, they're gonna keep coming to you just because you're a friend.
Cool. Awesome.
They're gonna pay you money just to be your friend.
Yeah.
And it helps because you're gonna be certified and you know how to give good workout advice. And coach them up. So my personality type. I took multiple different personality tests whenever I was living in Tennessee, and the word that kept coming up in all of my
I
tests.
didn't even know you lived in Tennessee, but go ahead.
Yeah. So the word that kept coming up was encourager.
Nice.
And I was like, man, that sounds like a personal trainer. That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, since I'm just like a natural encourager, it makes it super easy to be a trainer just because people, they come to me and they feel like, oh crap, I can lift like 20 extra pounds today.
Yeah,
just
for
because
real.
Talyn said I could.
That does help. Like I've worked out with you twice. It does help a lot. I've worked
Yep.
out with another trainer before because you're like, oh, I don't need a trainer. I can push myself. But then you actually get a trainer. You're like, oh, I can't push myself like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's basic human relations. Just like being able to read people, feed off their energy, make sure that they're motivated. That's the hard part. Because I'll give you a trick right here, right now. Most people that you deal with who are wanting to get a personal trainer, they're not necessarily suffering from like not knowing what to do. They're just not motivated.
Yeah,
And so your job as a personal trainer is to tap into that motivation. And one of the best things you can do, and I'm gonna give a tip to everybody out on here, there's an emotional motivation that they bring in the doors of the gym, right? So most people don't go into the gym just to kick their own asses. That seems insane
Yeah.
because they're like, why would I make myself hurt in the gym for fun?
Like your whole body's telling you don't do it.
My entire body is telling me, hey, stop what you're doing right now and go home.
Doesn't feel good.
Yeah. So your job is to find what in that person makes them want to come in here. So I'll give like a little scenario. One of my clients, she came in and she was like, I just had a granddaughter and my knees are so weak and my legs are so weak that I can't bend down on the floor to play with my new grandbaby. And I was like, that's perfect. You just gave me more information than you could have possibly told me in any consultation.
Yeah.
We're not working to strengthen your legs, because that's a really like vague goal. We're going to zero in and say we're working so that you can play with your granddaughter.
Yeah.
That's going to be the emotional motivation that you bring in every day. And so
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's the same way they tell you to sell insurance. It's like you get personal with people, you have an open conversation.
Yeah.
And find out everything you can about them.
Right. So the same deal. You're like, oh, you want to be able to play with your granddaughter. Let's work out so that you can do that. So that they have a grandmother or grandfather that can be there for most of their life.
And what type of lifts, movements do you do for someone with bad knees?
A lot of stability squats.
Okay.
Yeah. We start to build up the muscles around the knee.
Nice.
Even perhaps calf raises in some instances. And it all depends on the person.
And do you feel like you learn a lot of that through that program, or do you learn a lot of that through like just going out there and doing it and failing and
So
doing it?
I was lucky enough to have someone in my life whenever I first started training who taught me a lot of cool stuff. Even after I got my certification, this person, I used to work for this person, and she was one of the co-owners of Anytime Fitness, one of the co-owners / operators, I guess. And she's like, hey, here are some cool exercises. See how their knees are wanting to buckle in. Let's like put a strap around their legs. Tell them to keep tension on the strap so that they strengthen the outsides of their legs, because the outsides of their legs are weak, and that's why their knees keep buckling in. So I learned all these really cool tricks, and then you start to get a basic feel of how the anatomy of the body works. You're like, oh, well, your knees are doing this because this muscle's weak. Let's strengthen this muscle. Yeah. Bam! All of a sudden you can squat. And it comes from lots of YouTube videos, lots of continuing education courses.
I feel that. But it's also like, if you're that deep into it to where you have a certification, you're obviously interested enough to keep studying.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. That's what I love about NASM is that like you have to recertify every 2 years. So not only is it keeping you accountable and saying like, hey, you have to keep learning or else we're going to take your certification away. It's like encouraging you to continually learn about this ever-changing and ever-evolving industry.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always changing. So are there ever any, like, conflicting ideas where you're
yeah.
I thought this was the correct way last week, but I was wrong. I apologize.
Yeah. That happened especially back in 2012 because studies, what they were doing was they were performing studies in 2012 that suggested that there was an anabolic window. I don't know if you heard of that. So this anabolic window basically suggested that you need to have protein within your system to at least 2 hours after your workout. Okay, so scientists ran with this study, personal trainers ran with this study for a solid 5 years. And then there was a case study out of Ohio, I think, and they were like, hey, actually, this anabolic window doesn't exist.
Wow.
Because basically what it was saying was you need to force feed protein after your workout so that your body has quick access to protein in order to rebuild muscles, right? Which sounds basic, sounds logical. Yeah. But your body doesn't work that way. Your body actually accesses the protein intake that you've had for the last 48 hours. So this case study, I believe it was in Ohio, I might be wrong, found that out, and they were like, oh, this completely disproves that anabolic window theory. So, I mean, there's stuff like that. There's a bunch of stuff happening all the time.
So a post-workout shake is for tomorrow.
Basically, a post-workout shake won't be used. The protein in it probably will not be used until the next day or the day after.
Interesting.
But what you're doing is you're replenishing glycogen storages with that, and you're obviously keeping a constant flow of protein in your system. So if you're taking a post-workout shake, good on you. Keep doing it. But that protein isn't going to be readily accessible until at least, I think it was 24 to 36 hours.
That's very good to know. Do you take creatine as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So creatine, I take creatine. I believe it's monohydrate. That's within. No, I take that back. There's a form of creatine in Atlas in all of their pre-workouts that I take. That's just kind of complementary with the pre-workout itself.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I don't take monohydrate by itself.
I took some. It's probably the only Herbalife thing I'm going to keep using because I had some creatine.
Is the creatine? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's double the amount of what I got at 5-Star Nutrition.
Really?
And it doubles as a pre-workout, so it's like
nice.
Might as well keep going with it.
There you go.
It's like $80, but
ooh,
yeah, that's the bad thing. The prices are through the roof.
Yeah, they are, and they know that they can charge that just because they have such a like a loyal following,
Cult following.
Yeah, yeah. You got all the single soccer moms who are just throwing money at Herbalife right now.
But yeah, I feel like it does well, for people who are needing to lose a lot of fat. I don't think it really. Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to like bodybuild, someone in your position probably wouldn't benefit too much. But I mean, if you were 30 pounds overweight, I think it'd be Herbalife something to look into.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Herbalife and what they stand for. I know they stand for health and wellness and general stuff like that, which I can support. What I have a hard time supporting is the pyramid scheme to it.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's like, oh, you paid a certain amount of money, now you're a wellness coach.
Right.
Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You just make shakes for people. You're not a wellness coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, there's people in it that I'm good friends with. They're good people.
Yeah.
I like being around them.
So. They know their stuff too.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Yeah, that's my spiel on nutrition. I mean,
nice.
I could sit and talk shop about that for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I could too.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I could too.
Yeah. So
I was gonna ask. We're getting into music next, but I just want to know like, what's your daily routine like? Because I wake up, I go to work at 8:30. As soon as I get off work, I go to the gym. As soon as I get back from the gym, I cook dinner, and then I sit down and I try to write. If I don't have a mic that night,
I
try to write, come up with some new material, think of things, and that takes up. Like I really don't have any time for socializing.
Right.
Because by the time I'm done with that, it's 11, 12, sometimes 1 a.m.
Yeah, and then you got to wake up and go to work, do the same thing next day.
Like, my routine is just like so set and robotic.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm missing out on having a social life, but it's like I think it's worth it at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't regret it.
You're taking steps to pursue a bigger picture, and I can definitely relate to that. And sometimes that takes sacrifices of I don't want to go out and drink tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like I see my closest friends a few times a month.
Yeah,
and that's unfortunately that's how it has to be.
Yeah, for sure. My daily routine kind of just basically. I wake up, I don't eat breakfast, I'll go get a coffee. Shouts out to all my Palace baristas, my fam.
Palace.
Because you're keeping me going. I'll grab some coffee. Usually I got sessions start around 9 a.m. Get the sessions going, and if I have any spare time, like an hour or two in between training sessions, I'll go back up to Palace, and that's whenever I do like my continuing education. I might work on music. I might watch some informational nutrition podcasts, some stuff like that. Joe Rogan has a bunch of crazy fitness experts on his podcast.
That's insane.
Yeah, that I'll watch those and get some awesome information.
Did you listen to ideas. That guy? I don't remember if he was like he was some sort of military guy.
The special ops guy.
They talked about Turkish get-ups, and the day after I heard that, I went to the gym and I tried those.
Dude, they're intense.
They're hard as shit.
They are hard as shit.
I think it was Pat McNairn.
Yes,
like
that man is a hoss.
Yeah, I followed him on Instagram. He's doing a 100-pound bag, lifting it up, setting it back down, like laying down with it. Standing all the way up, it's crazy.
Yeah. Pack. Yeah, yeah. That's that guy. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I haven't watched the whole podcast yet, but that dude, I mean, you just look at him and you're like, yep, you know your stuff and you mean business. But yeah, so I'll watch like a podcast like that, and then I usually have like an afternoon, like 2 or 3 slots full of training. So that's like, from about 3 to 6 usually I've got training sessions, and then after that I'm in my feeding window. So my window opens at around 1 o'clock every day, and it depends on how, because I'm pretty anal about my times. So if I ate at, let's say, 8:30, I'm not going to eat until 12:30 the next day, because I want to get that entire 16 hours. So I'll probably have like a meal in me, or a couple of protein bars, or like some Cliff bars or something like that. And I'll try and hit my workout as fast as possible, because like we were talking about with our pre-workouts, like usually you got to have something in your stomach so you're not nauseous.
Yeah.
So I'll have some kind of substantial nutrient in there so that I'm not dead whenever I go in there to work out. I'll work out after my sessions. Jordan and I will do some type of physique training with high intensity cardio at the end. And that puts me at around like 7 p.m. Around 7 p.m., we're hitting like our big meal of the day, Usually it's like my omelet or a burger or something, just like really, really dense, because I need it.
Yeah.
I just burned a ton of calories. I'm running like off of a deficit, so I've got to replenish right then. And so I'll usually do like a protein shake around then too. And so for the past couple weeks after that, Jordan and I will go hang out. We'll like move stuff. We'll do wedding planning. Like she's been doing most of the wedding planning. She's been doing most of like all that, just because she has a vision for it. And I just try my best to help out whenever I can, and just help, because it's stressful, dude. Whenever you get married, be there for your girl. Be there for your girl and start helping like in whatever way you can, just to help let her know that like you care. Because there've been a couple times she's like, "Do you even care about this wedding?" I'm like, yeah, I just have no idea what I'm doing, And
That's exactly how I feel when people are like, "Oh, these are the colors for our wedding." Like I'm not color coordinated. I'm not artistic in that way.
Yeah.
Like it's just
same.
Whatever napkins you want, dude.
Yeah. It's easy to kind of get into that mentality. But I'll try and help her with that, and then that's kind of where we have our time together. And then during that time, if she's working on something with school related, I might work on some tracks, do some music stuff, or try and build my online material that I'm trying to release for training, But yeah, that's usually my schedule. It's pretty go.
Do you ever have time to just relax?
Not really.
Because that's hard. It's hard to do that. It's crazy.
It is.
I probably relax the most when I'm at work.
Really?
Yeah, because I have an office job, so I'm
just chilling. Yeah, straight chilling.
But even then, I'm like trying to come up with ideas. Like I'm thinking about jokes the whole time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That's what takes up most of your like mental capacity.
Yeah, it really does.
All
it's
your
crazy.
energy right there. Yeah. So I mean, basically, the whole schedule comes down for me is just like fitness, eating, and then spending time with the person that I love. That's
awesome.
Those are really it.
Awesome. That's important.
Yeah. And I feel like if I can even those out, the extra stuff is just gonna come.
Yeah. So how much time do you put into like making a beat? Because like I was just listening to War. Oh, that beat's crazy. That beat you sent me, I don't know the name of it, but you put vocals on it. That wasn't the same beat, right?
No, that was Alive.
Okay. Yeah.
Man,
that's
my favorite
crazy.
One, bro.
That was wild.
That's my favorite.
I don't know all the technical terms.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like producing music and everything.
Yeah.
But it sounded like very like detailed, like very.
Yeah.
A lot was going on.
Yeah. Bro, there's so much going on with that track, and it's one of my most dynamic tracks. So it's got it forces you into different emotions.
It feels complex.
Mm-hmm. It really is
like a roller coaster.
Yeah, like a roller coaster. Exactly. So like it starts out with like this really like melodic intro, and you're like, oh wow, this is beautiful. Then it hits that bass note, and you're like, oh shit, it's about to get real, and it forces you into this like hype moment, and then that chorus just drops down. And it's this really mellow chorus. And then that second time through the chorus, it just shoots you right in the face. Basically, like, whenever it comes to writing any type of music, I could spend like 3 hours on a track, or I could spend 3 weeks on a track. you know, it all depends with the energy that I feel for that said track. So like if this one's, I'm like, oh, I have a clear cut vision for this right now. I can go in and execute it. Bam, it's done. It's done, and I'll upload it the next day. But for a track like Alive, I heard those vocal samples, and I was like, oh, this is intense. So I started writing different melodies to the vocal samples and to all the cool stuff that was going on in that intro, and it just kept unfolding. The more that I put into it, the more vision just opened up for the track.
Awesome.
And so that's how I like to treat all of my music that I actually write to and sing to and rap to. It's a very slow process. It all just kind of unfolds as I continue to work on it.
That's
if it's
beautiful.
a track that I'm gonna upload and sell, usually it takes no more than a couple days because my vision's very quick for it.
Okay.
So
it's a different. You go in with a different mindset if
absolutely,
it's a beat to sell.
absolutely, because I'm trying to. I want to create music that. NF said it best. He's like, I wanna create music that has an emotion, and so that spoke to me whenever I first heard NF.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got the emotion.
Yeah, he does. And I was like, oh crap, I want that too, you know. But I also want to stick true to my roots in like metal, you know. So like that's why there's some screaming in those raps, and that's why some of it you just feel like that energy of
Yeah, that is interesting. What is that category of music? Is that what experimental is? Because I have no idea. It's just...
Technically, yeah. So there's a guy, the closest that I could relate my screams in rap to in a mainstream artist is Scarlord. I don't know if you heard of this guy.
I haven't.
Honestly, like I'm not a huge fan of him, but he screams instead of raps. And so it's like this cool metal infusion with rap and hip hop, but it's got like a bunch of trap influences to where it's just like that heavy, like grimy bass, which is cool. But he considers that to be like trap hop or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, mine is very experimental.
Yeah,
I'll get like some samples of a jazz band and then throw it in, and it becomes a hip hop song. You know, which isn't really uncommon. But then whenever I put like screams on top of that, it's like a really weird combo.
Yeah,
So
that's
I guess
badass.
experimental is the best way.
Like Rage Against the Machine. Like you never thought about their lead singer as a rapper, but he was on stage rapping.
Yeah.
And screaming.
Oh,
Like, he was
bro, Rage Against the Machine,
killing it.
iconic.
Those guys were crazy.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, and I think I didn't know this until probably a couple years ago, but the like Tom Morello, the guitarist,
Yeah.
two of the members from Rage Against the Machine worked with what's his name? I got it. Chris Cornell. They were an Audio Slave.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So Rage Against the Machine broke up, and then they became Audio Slave.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And then they, I think Tom Morello is playing with Prophets of Rage right now.
Nice. And I know the lead singer. I can't remember the lead singer's name right now, but he was in A Day as a Lion is the name of the band. David Martinez sent me a video of him. I was like, dude, I didn't know he was still making music.
Wow.
Yeah, but
That man's wild. Have you ever seen
sure.
footage of them back in like Woodstock in '99?
maybe if I like came across it on Facebook, maybe.
Bro, I'll have to send you some links because it's crazy. Back whenever Limp Bizkit was hot.
Oh yeah,
And
those
Korn.
are the days.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to a Korn concert in August.
Are
Korn,
you really?
Korn and Alice in Chains in
Oh, my
Albuquerque. I'm excited. Like
That's
it's-
going to be fun.
that was one of my goals to see Korn before I die,
Really?
or before they die. You know.
Whichever one comes first. Yeah, I got you. Heck yeah. Do you know what venue you're going to?
I have no idea. I could probably check.
Bro, there's a couple cool venues in Albuquerque. There's one that I went to go see the Devil Wears Prada and Veil of Maya, all metal bands. But it used to be an old theater. So it's like got that big arch where the stage is, where the curtains come down and everything. But they turned it into a metal venue.
Hell yeah.
It is super sick. But got to see some really dope bands there.
I just realized I don't know how to spell Albuquerque when I'm trying to Google this. It's Isleta Amphitheater.
Isleta. Okay, I haven't been to that one. I bet it's pretty freaking dope.
It's got to be. But yeah, have you ever been to Red Rocks?
I don't think so.
Anytime someone brings up concerts, I bring up Red Rocks.
Really?
I've only been to like 2 concerts, but I saw Kid Cudi and Tyler the Creator.
Ooh, I bet that was like
in Red Rocks.
lit
It was
show.
amazing. Yeah, it's like it's literally the walls. It's like an amphitheater outdoors, and the walls. You're like literally inside of like not a mountain, what do you call it?
Like a plateau.
Yeah, like a plateau. Like
Yeah.
it's inside of a rock, and it's insane. It's crazy.
Heck yeah, dude. That's sick.
And everybody was stoned out of their mind. So
Oh, I bet. I bet.
no, but it's great. It's great being at a concert like Kid Cudi because everyone in the crowd knows all the words.
Yeah.
And you just all feel like
Or
together.
he doesn't even have to sing it. Like
Yeah.
the entire crowd could sing
It's
it.
insane.
So.
And he came out in a spacesuit. I was like, this is cool. It's cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And he set up moon rocks everywhere before he came out on stage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my hero. But like, I had a guy on my last podcast. He's a teacher. He teaches English at like Travis Middle School.
Yeah.
And he told him he liked Kid Cudi, and they're like, oh, my dad listens to Kid Cudi. Like Kid Cudi's already old school, man. That's what's crazy.
What? No.
Because he was
I
like,
feel so old.
because he was like Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino. They're like, oh, so you like old school music? And I thought about it, and it was like, yeah, they were 7 years old when that music came out. So it's like that was their radio music. That was their like, oh, this is. So they're out listening, to like Blueface, I guess. I don't know who's popping right now in to 17-year-olds,
Blueface.
15-year-olds.
God, I'd rather punch myself in the face.
Oh, it's funny though.
Man, G-Eazy did a song with Blueface, and I was like, this dude is trash.
That's the thing though, is like I don't even think they really care who they collab with. They're just like, how many hits is this gonna get?
Exactly. G-Eazy's all about his money.
For sure.
That's it. So, I don't know. There's a bunch of weird artists out there nowadays. Lil Pump, freaking 6ix9ine.
Lil Pump works with Lil Pump got to work with Kanye.
You don't even deserve. No,
not at all.
Why would you get? No, you do not get to deserve with the man who made Graduation.
That's crazy. It really is.
Nothing that he has written even compares to Graduation.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, I haven't really listened to his music, but everything I've heard is trash.
Yeah. So I don't follow Kanye religiously like some people do, but my worship pastor was like, bro, you need to go listen to St. Pablo.
Really?
And I was like, for real? Like, I haven't listened to that album front to back or anything. He was like, you need to.
Have you listened to Kids See Ghosts?
No.
Oh my God.
Is it good?
It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. It's just,
what's so amazing about it?
It's just what I've always loved about Kanye, besides his like original work, because he's amazing. Mm-hmm. But like he helped bring Kid Cudi to the forefront, and so he's been collaborating with Kid Cudi for a decade at least.
Yeah.
And that whole album is just those two, just going in like the melodies.
Him and Kid Cudi?
Yeah. The whole album is just him and Kid Cudi. And the what's cool about it is like the beats are like really like uplifting and positive, or is it vice versa? Like no, the beats are really like menacing and dark.
Yeah.
But like the lyrics are uplifting and positive. So it's like
so you got this dichotomy.
Yeah, every
emotion.
song is like a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
And it's badass.
Okay. Gives me a little bit more insight to
and
it.
Kid Cudi's like all over it because I like Kid Cudi's my favorite artist of all time. So
really,
yeah,
he's been kind of out of the game for a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was for a while.
What's up with that?
I don't know, man. He's supposed to drop an album this year, but
oh snap!
I know there was one year where he was like contemplating suicide, check into rehab, but I think he's good now.
Poor dude.
I know.
That sucks. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, I went all the way back to find that one.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, I didn't get to watch all of it, but seeing him in person, just talking normally, just like having regular conversation.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Like, oh, you're a totally different guy than whatever I had envisioned of him.
That's the like beauty of like podcasts and the internet. Like when an artist goes on to Rogan or The Breakfast Club,
yeah,
I like start getting into him. Like I watched a 21 Savage interview on The Breakfast Club, and I was like, okay, this guy, I prejudged him.
Yeah.
I went back and listened to his music. It's like, okay, he's got some things going.
But then you get like Lil Pump or Soulja Boy on there. I didn't know that Soulja Boy was still making music.
I didn't either.
I can't stand that.
He's got a bunch of apps, and he's working in a lot of. He's got his hands in a lot of things.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I saw him on The Breakfast Club, and I was like, "You're exactly the way you were 10 years ago. You're the exact same."
Yeah. I hated that song.
Gucci headband. I hated that song too.
We were in I guess you were in like 5th grade. I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. it was popping during the junior high or the intermediate dances.
Yeah, I remember
everybody
that.
out there doing the dance, and then the Travis Barker drum cover. Yeah, it was a good time.
Travis, did you watch that podcast with Travis Barker on the road?
No, I didn't.
That was a good one. I didn't realize Travis Barker works with a ton of artists, like
really?
in hip hop. Like he He produced a lot for X Tentacion,
No
and then
way.
he's producing a lot for the Suicide Boys right now.
Oh, I can see that.
So yeah, it makes
Suicide Boys
that
are
one
crazy.
that one does make sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing a lot.
Dang. That's cool.
That dude's super talented.
Proud of him. Bro, how unprofessional would it be if I took a pee real fast?
Dude, go ahead. I have to pee as well. So
Awesome. We'll take turns. And
I
I'll
might
come
pause it. You know, I'll just play one of your beats.
Do it.
Which one do you want me to play?
Do War. I like that one.
We're gonna play some war.
Where's it at?
Oh, it's right next to you. It's right this door. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So convenient. I was trying to and I couldn't. I just couldn't do it.
I wasn't sure if the full beat would be on here because it looks like it might be a preview.
Oh, really? Are you on BeatStars right now?
Now I'm on Talyn 195. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. So that's my like personal site where I do all that.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you design the site?
I did.
Really? So you got the things moving in the back?
Yeah.
How are you so good at everything?
Dude,
Let's get down to it.
I honestly don't know. I'm very creative whenever it comes to creating.
So the Instagram posts where the visuals when you post a song and it's like a moving
Yeah,
back, you put all that together?
I sure did. Sure
Son
did.
of a bitch.
Yeah. I started getting into videography and After Effects and that kind of stuff just recently, just because I have an eye for anything artistic, and an ear, I guess, as well for artistic, creations or whatever. And so, if I'm being completely honest, this is gonna sound crazy to some people. Whenever I lived in Tennessee, I was actually at a ministry there, and basically, like, not to put a damper on everything, I was like extremely suicidal my senior year of high school.
Oh man.
Yeah, just life kind of sucked for a little bit, and so my parents saw, they were like, "Yo, you're not okay. what's going on, and I was acting out, doing a bunch of just dumb shit.
Wait, you were in Tennessee your senior year of high school?
No, I moved right after my senior year. So I graduated from Canyon. That summer, I raised money and moved to Tennessee.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's a freaking crazy story too. So I went on this like church trip to Tennessee, and my youth pastor was like, "Hey man, you might check out this place that we're stopping at. It's called Narrowgate." I was like, "All right, cool." I check it out, and he was like, "I think you should go here." And I was like, "Nah." But then as soon as I walked in, like it's in Tennessee, so like the hills are just like rolling. There's trees everywhere. You know, the exact opposite of here in Amarillo. Yeah. And so I was just captivated by like the environment.
Yeah,
just
man.
the beauty of it.
I feel like anytime I get out of Amarillo, I'm captivated.
Yeah. No, for real.
Even in Lubbock, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So I was there. I was just like mesmerized, and I walked in through the barn doors where we were having our event or whatever, and immediately, like, I just started crying, and like I don't know what it was. Like I'd like to think it was a Holy Spirit moment, and I just kind of felt something that I hadn't felt before, and I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. And so they're like, hey, you could come here, but it's $15,000 because you live here for 8 months, 6 to 8 months. You know, kind of depends.
Is it a college?
No, it's a ministry. So basically, you go there, you live there, they feed you, they help clothe you, they give you a bed, they give you all this
$15,000 for 8 months.
Yeah,
that's more expensive than WT.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I don't have that kind of money. And they were like, you know, just pray about it, think about it, whatever. And so anyways, it comes up to like the week before I'm supposed to ship out to move there. And they're calling me like, hey, we're so excited to see you. I'm like, yeah, I still ain't got your money. And I call the accountant lady who's running the books for them. And I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. You know, I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, I just can't pay for it. I'm 18 and broke. I'm working at a restaurant as a waiter. You know, there's no way I can pay this. And she just started laughing on the phone. And I was like, that's really rude. My initial reaction was like, that's super rude. What the heck? And she was like, it's so funny. No one's told you. I was like, what do you mean no one's told me? And she was like, well, someone anonymously paid $15,000 for you to come here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like, I just hung up the phone. I told my mom, she started crying. And like a week later, I was in Tennessee.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was there for a little over a year. Yeah, 14 months.
And that was, you were feeling suicidal in Tennessee?
No.
Okay, so that was before you left.
That was before I left.
Okay.
And so basically their entire thing is like a discipleship program. And they basically just say, hey, you know, here's your identity in Christ. Here's scripture to back up your identity. Here's who you really are. Now let's start acting out of that position. And so the way that this ties into my creativity was because while I was there, we did something called a vision and statement. A vision and purpose statement. We called it our VP, the vision and purpose. And basically, you go out in the woods for 24 hours. And you have no media, no outside source of distraction. You go out there and all you do is pray.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
I did that at Palo Canyon.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Freaking sick, right?
Yeah, it's badass.
I was out there and I just started praying. And I was like, God, you know, what do you want from me? And this is like the perfect place to do it because you have nothing that's going to like distract you except your own thoughts. And so I'm out there and I heard God say, he's like, hey, you were made to create. Whatever you touch, I'll bless. Whatever you touch, I'll bless. And so I heard that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I heard that and I was like, wow. So I came back and I was a welder for a while. I was a damn good welder. I was going to get certified and then I cut off my fingers. You know?
Oh, yeah, you told that story last time.
I cut off my fingers. And I was like, dang, I want to do personal training so I don't cut off my fingers. Became a personal trainer. Became a pretty good personal trainer. And then I started creating music. Became pretty good at that.
Whatever you touch, I'll bless.
Started producing
amazing.
Different videos. You know, and it's been pretty evident in the activities that I've engaged in recently. And so I've just kind of held that promise pretty close to the chest. And so, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. The thing is, like, whatever I touch, it's mainly creative stuff because that's what catches my heart.
Yeah.
You know, and my heart just kind of like starts beating fast and I get really excited about it. Like, same with you in comedy, you know? I get that same kind of feeling. I'm like, oh, I could do this, but I could do it with my own twist, you know? So, yeah.
Nice. So what do you think, well, first, I'll ask that after.
Yeah, yeah.
But your was it the pastor in Tennessee that told you to listen to St. Pablo?
No, no, no. So, so I moved back from Tennessee, honestly, because I felt like God was calling me back home, because I have family here, and I got plugged in at a church here in Amarillo, and the worship pastor there quickly became one of my best friends, and so we actually just went and got coffee this past week, and he was like. And he came in with like his eyes all wide. I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Bro, I was just listening to St. Pablo." And I was like, "Cool." And he was like, "You need to listen to that thing."
I'm just curious, like what tracks he pointed out. Like what was his?
He didn't point out any tracks. He was honestly like, "Bro, there's something like heavenly about his music." And he was being dead serious, like sold. And I was like, "What do you mean there's something heavenly? Like that's not worship music. I don't know what you're talking about." He was like, "He's pulling from something." I was like, all right, bro, I'll listen to it.
There's that song. What's it called? I don't remember how it's. I just know it starts out with like a choir.
Yeah.
It goes, "You're the only power."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Beautiful morning. But then he says, "She just bleached her asshole." And that song, it kind of turns me off at that point. But
yeah,
the beginning is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And that goes into a part 2 where he's got Panda and Designer. Yeah, I know those 2 songs. Goes from Power to part 2. And he does the remix on Panda.
And I don't know if you have a Twitter, but they've been posting a lot of videos because
of his Sunday school. Is that what you were talking about? Yeah, dude, it looked freaking sick.
It really does.
I was like, oh, what?
I hope that makes it to the album because he was supposed to drop his album. He's like, hold up, I gotta go to Africa first. I'm gonna record my whole album in Africa, and then he was gonna drop it again. But he's like, I just went on tour with Kid Cudi, and it's not ready. So it's probably not gonna drop until like 2020.
Why not? Why not? That's the thing with rappers. They always say that like, oh yeah, I got an album coming out this time. Oh man, it just got pushed back. Oh man,
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Eminem, he just drops it out of nowhere. He doesn't do no promoting.
That's what I like about J. Cole. Is like that's his.
J. Cole the same way. Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't care at all about marketing.
Nope.
Which is pretty cool.
When you got like the same kind of reputation as J. Cole, you don't need to market.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it's kind of like shown that the traditional ways of like putting out music or putting out art is becoming obsolete.
Yeah.
So that's what's cool.
Makes the music industry super hard to work in. Super hard because like, number one, you could make something that pops, like something that fits the industry perfectly. But if you don't advertise that correctly, you could just get lost in the algorithm.
Interesting.
And I found that I'd like to think that some of my music pops, and I may be conceited in saying that, and that's okay, just because I'm confident in my work.
Like you should be confident in your work.
Yeah, and I am, but I feel like I get lost in the algorithm a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm also not the best at networking.
Yeah.
Like I can talk to people all day long, but whenever it comes to making business connections, I'm like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah. When it comes to stand-up comedy, networking is huge.
Really?
Yeah, and
I could imagine so.
Once you start doing stand-up, you realize like there's 1.5 million comedians.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, everyone and their mom is a comedian right now.
Really?
It's getting out of hand.
So tell me about the comedy industry. Like, how do you go about promoting yourself? Do you just go to open mics? You do as much stand-up as you possibly can?
Yeah, I go to open mics. I just try to post Instagram as much as possible. That was my big. I'm having a bigger push for 2019 to just put small clips of stuff I enjoy on Instagram, like bits.
Yeah.
And just try to promote this podcast. I don't really know how to promote this podcast, but
yeah,
find ways to do that, man. I'm just really, my mentality is just like to put us right now. I'm just putting all the work in, and eventually it's gonna grow and become something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be bigger. But right now, I just gotta grind.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's the mode. But yeah, I hit every mic possible. I've reached out. I reached out to 27 businesses. I got 3 or 4 to like, yeah, come do a show, come do an open mic.
Wow.
So yeah,
heck
I
yeah.
mean, I don't
27, only 3 or 4 hit you back.
Yeah, but worked out. That's how it has to go. But I mean, you can't really. I feel like there's a limit in Amarillo. There's a ceiling, and maybe there's not because the internet, and that dude Hayden Pedigo went viral and he got on Adult Swim and everything. So maybe there's not, but it's just harder here.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. See, because I want to build something here, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it'll
Right.
actually catch on in Amarillo. Because I was talking to a guy. I was like, yeah, I want to make sure there's a scene before I leave. And he was like, don't wait for Amarillo. Like I waited for Amarillo to catch up with me, and it never did, and I regretted it.
Dang. That's hard.
Yeah,
That's hard stuff right there.
it really is.
Yeah. Man, I was talking to my man, and I'm not gonna mention any names right here, but he's talking about another producer, and he was like, "Man, this producer right now, he don't even know how to quantize, which is lingo for like basically making sure that your beat is on, it's basically like tight on the tempo, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't even know how to quantize, but this dude's got a following because he lives in Dallas." And he's like, he has access to all these different artists who are looking
Yeah.
for beats and everything. And I was like, damn, dude. And he showed me some of his beats, and I was like, yeah, they're pretty good, but like as a producer, like you're a perfectionist, and you're trying to find the mix and everything, how everything kind of sits well and evenly in your ears. And I was like, dang, like I feel like some of my beats are better than this. Like,
Yeah.
why is mine not popping? He's like, man, it's just because we're in Amarillo.
Yeah,
So-
that's a real thing. Because
Yeah.
I've met comics out of Denver and Dallas,
Yeah,
and no offense to them, but I think I'm better,
yeah.
and they're
You should feel like that. I mean, you're confident.
they're doing well.
Yeah,
And they're touring. And it's like, I'm in Amarillo. No one gives a shit what I have to say.
right, right. Right. So what are some of the businesses that you're doing like the most work with? I see you do a lot of stuff with Leftwoods.
Yeah. It's mostly bars, rounders. We just had a new open mic at Handlebar. It's
Yeah.
a biker bar.
Oh, okay.
And I was a little nervous. Like, I don't know how bikers are going to respond. They're
Right.
super supportive and nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bikers are awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
Where else? 806 has always been a staple. Leftwoods has
yeah.
always been a staple.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing Broken Spoke for a little bit, but they were like, we kind of turned them off to it.
Really?
Yeah, because there's some comics that like to get pretty vulgar, so they were like, hey, we're all booked for March. Thanks anyway. All right, cool.
Sorry, man. Dang.
And,
So do you kind of have to rely on the characteristics of other comics in the area too, just to make sure that you have an opening somewhere?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, like when I book a show, I know who the solid guys are.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to open mics, it's just whoever wants to go up.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, sometimes they'll say some things, and it's like,
You're like,
dude,
whoa, dude, you kind of bombed there.
yeah, like this guy's probably listening. I'm not gonna say his name, but we were at MJ's is another one we do. We're doing that one Monday.
Yeah.
But he just said he had a joke about Xbox Live,
Yeah.
and it wasn't necessarily offensive, but he was just talking about how the word faggot's used a lot online.
Yeah.
And there was a table full of gay dudes. He said faggot like 6 times, and they were they just all walked. All their beers were full, and they were so mad they just left full beers.
Oh shit.
And I was like, that was one of our 3 tables, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, dude. That's rough.
Yeah, but then I mean, it's art and it's free, and so it's like I who am I to tell him, hey, change that? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because I say dark things, so
Yeah.
I say offensive things. But if you package it in a way that's funny, more than it's offensive, it's okay.
Yeah. You can kind of hide the offense behind humor.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
some people don't know how to toe the line the correct way,
Yeah.
and they go way too over.
Yeah.
And then they just piss off a whole room of people.
Yeah. You know who I feel like does a good job at hiding offense behind humor? Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bill Burr is a legend because of the fact that he'll make a statement
Yeah.
that no one agrees with. He'd be like, "You should never hit a woman. Are you serious?" And then he goes into a bit. He goes to a 5-minute bit about why it's reasonable, like why women deserve to get hit. He's not going to hit them, but here's all the reasons why you should hit a woman.
I watched that special, dude. That special was fantastic.
That's so iconic.
Yeah. And then he started talking about religion and everything. And usually, like, if I hear a guy like Daniel Tosh talking about religion, like, there's a bit of me that kind of takes a little bit of offense. I'm like, oh, shit, you know, you're hitting something that's pretty close to my heart. But then whenever Bill Burr did it, I was like, God, this is actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
the way he presents it is amazing.
Yeah.
This guy, Andrew Scholes,
Andrew
I don't know if you've heard of him. He used to be on, was it Guy Code? Yeah, he was on Guy Code. And he's
Is that old TNT movie or like TV show?
Yeah, it was on Spike, I think.
Oh, Spike. Yeah, I remember Spike.
But yeah, he was on there. He's a really funny comedian. He has this whole bit about transvestites.
Oh God.
Because he's like, they're saying the word tranny is offensive, and he's like, it's just short for transvestite, like grandmother, granny. Oh no, it's transgender, tranny. It's like, sorry, trannies. And then he goes into a bit where he's like talking about Caitlyn Jenner. He's like, she's got a little too much Bruce in there, but but eventually they're gonna look amazing. And he's like,
Yeah.
the whole thing is like super like if he didn't present it in the correct way,
Yeah.
it would be extremely offensive, and
Yeah,
people would
for
be
sure.
trying to cancel him.
For sure.
But it's written so well
Yeah.
that it's like you have to laugh. Like it's just funny.
Yeah. Yeah. What was funny to me was that Bill Burr did an entire stand-up about like racism. And if you look at it in the crowd, there's like a pretty solid number of like people from different races. Like you got blacks, you know, there's some Chinese people in there. There's obviously some white people there. But I was watching, I was like, I'm surprised that all these guys are coming to support this kind of humor, you know? Just because it seems kind of countercultural.
Yeah.
It doesn't like make sense all the way in my brain sometimes, you know? Yeah. And so that's one of the things that I really love about comedy is that like it's, I don't know, it feels like, I feel like it surpasses any type of cultural boundaries.
Yeah.
You know?
And comedy brings cultures together.
Yeah.
It breaks down barriers.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr, he never mentions it, but Bill Burr has a black wife. And
Does he
he's
really?
never once mentioned it on stage.
What?
Yeah. So I like respect him even more just for like not even to be like, I can say this because my wife's black, you know? Like he's just keeps
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yeah, there is just immediate like a boost of respect for that guy.
Right?
Awesome. Like he could go out there and like theoretically start dropping like the N-word.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, my wife's black. And then all the black people would have to like cut him a break, you know? Maybe.
No, but that dude is incredible. Absolutely. He's one of the best comedians to ever do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hands down.
I agree.
Him and Chappelle are like probably two of the best alive. And I think Louis, despite him getting in trouble, he's still one of my favorite comedians ever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so funny how now people are getting in trouble for things they said or did 10 plus years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
It's crazy. I mean, the Cosby one makes sense, but like...
Yeah, for sure. That one was... Yeah, he needed to be reprimanded for that. No doubt.
But yeah, like pulling up tweets from 10 years ago is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, man, I said something dumb 10 years ago.
Yeah.
For what's his name? James Gunn, who was going to be the director for...
He made a pedophile joke or a video or something. Like it was all a joke.
Yeah. And
So
people
like,
took offense to it and they fired him.
But he's directing the third movie.
Yeah, they brought him back.
Which is good, I think.
Yeah, dude. The first two were amazing.
Those are great
Debatably, some of
movies.
my favorite Marvel movies were the Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
agree, man.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool were have been my two favorite. Like I don't even like superhero movies, but those two,
Really?
I'll keep watching.
Did
those.
you watch Infinity War?
I didn't.
Bro.
I didn't watch the movies leading up to it.
You don't
it's
really
like-
need to.
Yeah, but everyone's like, "Here's how the order you should watch the Marvel movies," and then
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like
stupid. People do
27
that-
movies.
Yeah,
Like,
people
I'm
do
like,
that about Star Wars. That's stupid.
I don't have time to watch 27 Marvel movies.
Just freaking watch the movie. And then if you're interested to see their come up story, like go watch their come up story.
Makes sense.
I could understand like if you're like really anal about chronological order and you want to see how everything unfolds or whatever. But I'm not. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
I like Iron Man, so I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
watch the Iron Man movies.
Dude, I like, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Oh,
His sense of humor is very good.
yeah.
He's a great superhero.
Yeah, his timing for all of his punchlines is love it.
He's probably my favorite of the superheroes, and like as far as Avengers go,
Really?
I've never liked Captain America.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, as a cartoon, I didn't like the cartoon.
Yeah,
So it's-
I didn't either.
And what's up with this girl that just came out with Captain Marvel? Did you see that?
Bro, you see all the crap that she got?
she got a ton of crap.
Oh.
Well, because she came out and she was like, "This is a movie for women of color. This is a feminist. Like, just call it a superhero movie. What
It's
are you doing?
just a superhero movie.
Relax.
You're not making waves.
Yeah, they keep trying to put messages into entertainment. Just
Yeah.
let it be entertainment.
Tell that to Wonder Woman. Tell that to the Scarlet Witch. Tell that to all these different superhero.
Did Wonder Woman have a message?
Oh yeah, dude.
I didn't even watch it.
Wonder Woman
I heard great
had
things about it.
had such a feminist backing, and it just turned me off of the movie. Like if people would have been like, "Yo, this is a great movie," I'd have been like, "Oh shit, let's go watch that."
Yeah.
But instead, people were like, "This is a win for women." I was like, "Since when has a woman wanted to dress up and save a city?" That is a very masculine task.
Let me pull my tits out while I save this city.
No, like I don't mean that in a sexist way, but like not a whole lot of growing up, I'll say this, okay. Through my adolescence and childhood, I never met a woman who was vigilant in their character.
That's fair. I mean, there's female police officers and there's women that go into the military, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. And so that was kind of countercultural to me. So I was like, why would a woman want to do that?
It's obviously less common.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But then I feel like the feminist group got onto this just because they're. I'm not even going to say that. We're going to cause too much waves on this bit.
That's the whole thing about, you follow, do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. He's been on Rogan's podcast several times. He's just a Canadian psychologist, and he got in trouble.
Yes, I do actually know who this is.
Because he didn't want to call people by their preferred pronouns.
Yep.
Or it's not that he didn't want to. It's the fact that they made it a law, and they were forcing him to do that. They were enforcing speech.
Yeah.
But he made a point because
did he go Ben Shapiro on it?
A little bit. Like this lady was interviewing him about equality, gender equality. Yeah. And he was like, 90% of bricklayers are men. Should we make that equal? Yeah. It's like 90%, 95% of lumberjacks are men. Do we need to split that up and make that equal? Like, yeah. He had some really good points. Yeah. And the lady was just like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like that there are specific professions that men statistically are proven to be better at.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I feel like if women felt like they weren't getting a fair share of like superhero movies, that's fair. Like I totally understand that, but don't call it a win for the feminist movement. That's a win for entertainment.
I mean, there's differences in the genders, and there's always going to be exceptions. There's always going to be elite women who can kick ass in the UFC.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, Serena Williams isn't going to beat the top male tennis player.
No.
She's just not.
No.
That's just how it is.
Absolutely not. That just comes down to basic anatomy, too. Have you heard that bit from, I think it was from Bill Burr, about the guy who became a transvestite, became a woman, went into the UFC?
I don't think I've heard the bit.
Oh, my God. It's hilarious. But it just goes to show that men, due to testosterone levels, are more prone and apt to be able to kick ass better in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
So if a man becomes a woman by choice, there needs to be some sort of restriction so that this man does not compete at a professional level.
Absolutely. There's high school boys that are changing their gender and dominating in track. And it's like, dude, you're cheating.
Yeah, that is like blatantly cheating. Put
so
your
crazy.
penis back on. Oh, I can't say that. I can't say that.
You can if you want.
Nah, dude. Well, living in such a conservative environment as we do in Amarillo, Texas, which there are some liberal ideas here.
There really are. It's becoming a melting pot.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Especially in our generation.
Yeah.
Our generation was heavy for Beto in that whole election. And Bernie. So
I can't talk on any politics. I'll get reprimanded just because I have ignorant beliefs. And I'll admit to that. I have ignorant beliefs.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
The people who can't admit that they don't know something are the worst people.
Yeah, I agree.
You should be able to say, hey, I'm not an expert on this, but I'll look into it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not an expert on this.
Well, Fox News told me.
I'm not an expert on this, but I have an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't think that communism is the way to go.
Not at all.
I think that capitalism is the way to go.
Like, I would understand communism if it was like our government wasn't corrupt. You know what I mean? Like, no one trusts our government. No one likes it. The liberals who are pushing for communism don't even like the president.
Right.
It's like, let's give the president all the power. What?
Yeah.
What is that? Where are you
we're going to give the president all the power if it's Beto.
Yeah.
Only if it's Beto.
If it's Bernie Sanders or whoever your dude is.
Ocasio-Cortez. And she's only, 25? 29?
Nah, she's like 29. She's ridiculous.
Some of the stuff she says,
Yeah,
And then
it's like if I were to get into politics, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like we're probably the same amount of qualified. Like she was a bartender. I mean, it's like if I
I'm
were
a
just
stand-up
become,
comedian. Like we probably did bits together.
if
You
I
know?
were just to be a congressman tomorrow, I would be in her shoes, and
Yeah.
I'd be talking hella shit. You know, like
Yeah.
Ocasio-Cortez is just the liberal version of Donald Trump,
Yeah.
in
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I
That's
agree.
exactly what it is. They just talk out their ass.
You know what's hilarious? Next time you watch an interview with her, someone will ask her to define something. This blew my mind the first time I saw it. Anytime she's asked to define something, she gives an opinion. She's like, well, I think that democratic socialism is this. It's like, no, define it. So that the world can know exactly where you're coming from. She'll say that she thinks it's this, and then 3 interviews later, she'll contradict herself.
Yeah.
It's
and
wonderful.
then I see people on Facebook going, "She's a genius. She's going to be a future president." Like, do you really believe that? Do you
No.
really believe that?
No.
Like, you should be able to call out the hypocrisy on your side,
Yeah.
but people have failed to do that.
Yeah. I feel like we need a nonpartisan president. Like
Yeah,
a-
absolutely.
someone who can
We should be able to vote for people without being affiliated to a party.
yeah, I agree. And I feel like we should promote more critical thinking
Yeah,
as a nation.
which is I don't even know how you would start doing that.
I don't either. I don't either. Maybe it's education reform, but I feel like critical thinking is a characteristic that we are drastically lacking in, especially in younger generations.
Yeah, definitely. But I believe. I don't know. I don't know if I believe it now that I mention it. Now that I'm saying it out loud.
Go and mention it. Mention
But
it.
I was
Go.
gonna say, like, I believe as human beings we can overcome. Because we've been through wars, we've been through Holocaust, we've been through
Yeah.
the Great Depression. Like we can swing back and fix what we can correct ourselves.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're past the point of correction.
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Soviet Russia is still trying to swing back. Russia
Like
itself.
if we do correct, we're gonna have to like go through some hard times.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I don't know. Maybe that's just a part of like basic human evolution, basic political evolution. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? This blew my mind. Whenever I started doing like studies over the Book of Revelation, just because so many pastors are saying we're in the end times, but they've been saying that for the past 300 years.
Oh yeah.
You
At
know?
least.
So I'm like, bro, your past, predecessors didn't even get close to being right on this. So I'm just going to do my own research. And nowhere in the Book of Revelation is anything about a Eastern country even recognized. You know, everything is all centered around the Western civilizations.
Babylon.
Yeah. All that craziness. So I'm like, oh, either we're not here or we just didn't even amount to anything. So
Well, yeah, there's interpretations that it's talking about America, but that could just be us being egotistical.
yeah, dude.
So.
Yeah. Like, what's his face who was writing about a harbinger? About,
Jonathan Kahn, I think.
yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can go back and watch it, and he's like, "Oh, 2012 is the year of whatever," and I'm like, "Bro, you're full of crap."
Yeah, and I was following a physicist for a while who was like, things are gonna pop off in 2015.
Yeah.
And then they had that whole thing with
With the blood moons?
Did you hear about the Hadron Collider?
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
hear about
CERN.
that actually.
Everyone was like, it's gonna open up a portal into the dark world. Spirits are gonna come out.
Yeah, there's gonna be a black hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I was fascinated with hadron colliders for a long time.
That was funny because I remember it was like Doomsday, September 23rd, 2015. Nope.
Still here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are fascinated with we're finite beings, and so we're fascinated with beginning and end.
Yeah.
And that's how we conceptualize everything in our
Because
life.
it's hard to accept that we don't have control.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's hard to accept that we don't know.
No doubt. But I have found that there's such a peace in just releasing. Being like,
There absolutely is. There absolutely is.
no control. This is just going to happen. I'm going to live tomorrow. That's great. And so that was a big thing that Jordan and I had to realize, because like I was like, yo, I'm a personal trainer. I'm pulling in maybe $2,000 a month, and you're going to school, and we're only going to be like working off of my income. So we're just going to have to, like, the opportunity for stress came in. It was like, you can either like stress about this, and lose vitality slowly, day by day.
Yeah.
Or you can just accept, hey, I don't have control, and if something's supposed to happen, it'll happen. You know?
And that's the thing with staying so busy. Is like, I don't have time for like anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really have time to stress. Like,
Or whenever it comes, it cripples everything.
yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm just always focused on what I'm doing right now and what I need to do
Yeah.
an hour from now, and then it's like, okay, time to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's just
Totally.
same
Totally.
thing every day.
Yep. Yep. Well, total train car, like jump, be watching for another video for Kyle.
Nice. Yeah, he told me about that.
He's got a new video coming out.
We didn't get into your videography much, but yeah,
That's
go ahead.
all right. That's all right. We're shooting a new video for him this weekend. We're gonna try and finish it. I'm shooting a commercial for Athleisure. I was part of a team that did commercial work for Dean Boyd, the strong arm.
Turn Dean Boyd.
I turned into Dean Boy. He great guy.
If you need any actors, hit me up.
Yeah, I got you.
I met him
Have you
once
stand in?
when I was selling advertising for the Globe News.
Really?
He's a really nice guy.
Super nice guy. Yeah. So, yeah, videography is starting to slowly evolve into something bigger, and there's a lot of really good money out there for it. You know,
Absolutely.
if you know how to run a camera and you know how to edit properly, people throw money at you, man.
Do you know Wilson Lemieux or Gunnar
sure do.
Wadowski?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are killing it right now.
I grew up with Gunnar. I know him and his family pretty well. Wilson, he's a regular at Palace, and so I got to meet him a couple times, and so
yeah, I was just gonna say rub shoulders with those guys because
yeah, see what they got.
those guys are brilliant.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, you're brilliant as well. So
I'm trying. And then my man Trey over at Recreation, he's a good videographer.
Trey, what's his last name? I think I might have him on tomorrow. He makes music, right?
Yeah.
Black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have him
He's
on
coming
tomorrow.
on tomorrow?
Levi Holy Jeans.
Tell him I said,
Shout out
what's
to Levi
up?
Holy
Yeah.
Jeans.
What's up?
I love that guy. He's cool. I honestly love his music.
Yeah, his music is super good.
He's probably one of my like top 3 favorite artists in Amarillo right now.
Really?
I love his music.
He's got a fantastic voice. And just looking at him, you wouldn't be like, oh, he's a hip-hop artist. You know? Oh, he sings R&B, you know? But then you hear him on SoundCloud, and you're like, "Oh crap! Like he's got the real deal." Yeah,
he's got it for sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Anytime I go to Rec and he's there, like I'll sit there and chop it up with him for like 45 minutes to an hour,
Nice.
just like chatting it up.
Did you keep mentioning places in Canyon? I just think about how much I miss Canyon.
You got to come back, bro.
Dude, as soon as I left, I was like, "Oh, I miss that place."
You got to come back.
The whole time I was there, like in high school, I was like, "This sound sucks."
Yep.
And then you leave high school, and you're like, "Oh, it's actually a good place. It's actually a really nice town.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Great
really
place
is.
to raise kids."
It really is. My brother lives in Dallas, and he was like, "Man, you know, we were thinking about going to Philadelphia because that's where his wife is from." He's like, "We were thinking about raising a family in Philly, but like, I keep telling her about Canyon." And so he came to Canyon for my bachelor party, and he was like, "I miss this town so much."
It's really cool.
Yeah, he's about 90% certain that he's gonna like move back once they graduate from college. I was like, "Bro, come on! Like, this is a great place to start a family. You know, your entire family's here. You know, her family's in Philadelphia, but like, we can support y'all. We can do whatever we can to help you. You know."
And I only live like 15 minutes away, but it's like every time I go to Canyon, I'm like, I can't wait to drive through Canyon.
Is it?
I just want to see all the cool stuff
I
again.
just want to see Tex Randall again.
Yeah, I just want to go by the square.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so one hell of an artist. I'm glad he's getting on the podcast.
For sure.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Tell him I said what's up, and tell him I need him to video my music video for Alive that I sent you.
Oh, nice. When you shooting that?
As soon as I get a guest to spit like that second verse on there, and I think I've got Tanner Neese. I think I've got him coming on it.
Is what's his name? MGT something like that.
MTN Grand.
MTN Grand. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll get on it. Dude's one hell of a rapper.
Yeah, I've heard everything you've collaborated on him with.
Yeah. And I've got like it's funny because like our aesthetics are very different. He's very like Eminem with all of his rap and his delivery and everything, and I'm very experimental with mine. And so anytime he hears my stuff, he's like, "Man, I would change this, and this, but I mean, it's your stuff, so you can do whatever." And so we've got a very different aesthetic, but he's a really, really close friend of mine. So hopefully if he gets on it, I want Trey to film it because that dude's a super good videographer.
That's awesome.
So yeah, man.
Good to hear.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it feels like a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Hour 55. No, hour
Solid.
56.
Solid.
Woohoo!
Got it. Nearly 2 hours.
All right, let's. Did you plug your Atlas supply code?
Word. Okay, so if any of y'all are working for are looking for BCAAs or pre-workout, go check out Atlas Sup Co on Instagram, and you can type in Atlas Supplement Company in Google, and it'll bring up the website. I'm not familiar with the website address straight off the top of my head, but if you want 15% off of all of your products, whether it's products from athleisure, so that's athletic wear, or pre-workout or BCAAs, type in TALYN 15. That's Talyn 15, all lowercase. You'll get 15% off of your next purchase, and you'll be helping a brother out climbing up the ladder of sales.
Do it. I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
And also follow this man on Instagram. Is it Talyn95?
Yep, TALYN 95.
And then if you want to listen to his music, Talyn195.beatstars.com.
Yeah, buddy.
Anything else to plug? This man's getting married in a week.
Yeah, man. Life's about to get crazy.
Send him some gifts.
Yeah, send me money. Send me money. I need rent money.
And also check out. Do you train anywhere besides Anytime?
No, but if you holler at me on Facebook, we'll see what we can do.
Okay, yeah, hit this guy up for some sessions.
Yeah,
How much
me up.
do you? Is there like a set rate?
My rates hover anywhere between $30 and $40 an hour.
It's a good rate.
Okay,
It's a good
so
rate.
and then we'll work together. I typically hover closer to 40, just because that works best for my bills and everything. But we'll go everything from warm up to workout, high intensity training to cool down. I'm registered to train in powerlifting. I can do bodybuilding, aesthetic work, and we can talk intermittent fasting because I'm certified through intermittent fasting as well.
You can certify through that?
Yeah, so I've got a certification. It's just basically a course completion of basic intermittent fasting knowledge.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah, buddy. Come on now. You're getting the source right here.
All right, Talon's got 15 jobs. Whatever you need, just hit him up. He'll probably find a way to do it.
Most likely.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a good day.
We'll see you later.